The battle for who could break out of the dollar-dominant market has been on for decades, and there hasn't been any alternative that has had a more significant impact than cryptocurrencies. Crypto has been around and in use long enough to have become a headache for national governments, and we have seen virtually every country pass it through the legislative process. Among the South American nations that have seemingly favored cryptocurrencies, Brazil is likely the most prominent, having taken a more relaxed approach and allowed it to thrive. In today's video, we will examine the history of the romance between the Samba nation of Brazil and how cryptocurrencies have become a big part of the nation's economy. Brazil was ranked 7th on a blog estimating the nations with the most crypto owners. About 16% of the total crypto users hail from Brazil, and you will find that even their commercial banks are thoroughly interested in adopting and using Brazilian-made cryptocurrencies. An instance is the new coin created by the Brazilian digital bank Nubank. The entire scope sold within the country is to create a democracy of new technologies that will rely on blockchain and center around Web3. Hence, it is no surprise that the nation has one of the most active crypto markets. The time seems awfully in favor of Brazil's newfound faith in digital currencies. Inflation is on the rise, and the currency is experiencing devaluation. Brazilians are not content to endure that circumstance, and a significant crypto boom is occurring in the nation. This is a situation that major exchanges like Binance and Coinbase want to capitalize on. Brazil vehemently needs this financial resuscitation, considering it has the largest economy on the continent, and there are significant imbalances here and there. The nation scaled through 2021 with a 10% inflation, and the Brazilian real was constantly depreciating in value, with one real valued at 25 cents coming to trade at 18 cents just a year later. But the adoption of cryptocurrencies in 2021 saw Brazilians trading $10.8 billion, while $11.4 billion more was spent on trading stablecoins, as the Brazilian tax authority reported. Crypto has proven to be what experts have often portrayed as a good hedge against inflation or devaluation. Hence, there is a greater motivation to buy crypto than USD. More so, they do not have to pay the obligatory tax of acquiring foreign currencies, as it does not apply to stable coins. What resulted from this was the citizens holding more than $50 billion worth of cryptocurrencies compared to the $16 billion they spent investing in US stocks. For them, this is the natural form of digital money, an idea that has spread even to the remotest parts of Brazil, with the average local aware, if not entirely using digital currencies or cryptocurrencies as the case may apply. The world's largest crypto exchange, Binance, has an interest in the country and, to an end, has been hiring blockchain experts of Brazilian descent to strengthen its support team in offering customized services to Brazilians. As a result, the average Brazilian can use the Brazilian real to make deposits on the application via the fiat gateway. There was a growth in the number of active users between 2020 and 2021 by 125%, according to CoinDesk. But the likes of Binance, Coinbase, and Crypto.com have a formidable opponent in Brazil's local champion, Mercado Bitcoin, founded in 2014. The company was thought to have grown to 3.2 million active users before it raised $250 million in seed funding from SoftBank in 2021, almost 7 years after establishing itself as a reliable service provider and becoming Brazil's first crypto unicorn. Mercado also has a significant rival in a Mexico-based crypto exchange known as Bitso, referred to as the first crypto unicorn in Latin America, after it raised a similar amount in a Series C funding round. The country's top tax authority, Receita Federal, reported that more than 1.33 million Brazilians bought cryptocurrencies in July 2022. The country has crypto exchanges reporting the number of user transactions that pass through their platforms to the authority as a measure of accountability, showing a moderate level of acceptance that many other countries have otherwise left to rot on the shelf. But not every crypto-affiliated company abides by this rule, as the local regulation set in 1888 exempts such companies, especially the foreign ones, from complying and reporting their transactions. The nation aims to regulate its operations by having crypto companies report their Brazilian users' transactions based on legislation passed in 2019. The system aims to make crypto accessible for its people but is under scrutiny. A crypto bill facilitated by the Brazilian Congress was necessary to ensure that the activities of foreign exchanges can be checked by requiring an employer identification number, or EIN, which will make them legal operators within Brazil's economic space and also ensure that they comply with the fine lines of Brazilian financial regulations. It was also a policy to enforce their anti-money laundering laws, and crypto companies are expected to report monthly amounts above 30,000 Brazilian reals, equivalent to $5,843.40 from individual users. We can understand the insistence of the government on ensuring that cryptocurrencies cannot be used for financial crimes, and since they are not outrightly banning cryptocurrencies, some find it appreciable. Brazilians do not seem bothered, which is apparent considering their involvement in cryptocurrency. The country has not precisely declared cryptocurrencies as legal tender, but you will find many holders here and there making trades, even with merchants to buy and sell crypto for products and services. What Brazil did was give crypto a definition. Crypto assets are formally designed as a digital representation of value denominated in its own unit of account, the price of which can be expressed in local or foreign currency, traded electronically using cryptography and distributed registration technologies, used as a form of investment, value transfer instrument, or access to services, and which is not recognized as a currency. Why is this important? The lack of definition of crypto assets impedes their adoption in developed nations such as the US. This has resulted in the tussle between crypto companies and the SEC on whether cryptocurrencies should be treated as securities. At recording time, Brazilians have shown an incredible interest in small-capped coins, of which meme coins take the highest position. There is considerable interest in Brazil-made cryptocurrencies, especially Alcazar. They also showed interest in BNB, also known as Binance Coin, Bitcoin, and Floki, a Shiba Inu and Dogecoin clone that has recently been outperforming the two. Then we also have some AI-related cryptocurrencies such as Singularity DAO and other blockchain projects such as Polygon, Ethereum, and Shiba Inu, whose Shibarium ecosystem is about to create some mad utility for the token, presenting the opportunity for Brazilian traders to make some profits both in the short term and long term. Brazilians enjoy the fruits of an open-minded government led by President Jair Bolsonaro, who signed the country's first crypto framework into law, a law that made cryptocurrencies utterly legal in Brazil. As of 2022, Bitcoin ATMs have been installed almost everywhere in the country, and users can use it to pay for services where eligible. Like football, crypto might not have originated in Brazil, but the nation aims to be better at it than everyone else. It is allowed to experiment with different products and services within the crypto space, and who wouldn't like that? You do not have to play hide and seek with commercial banks to use their debit cards to pay for profitable cryptocurrencies you want to add to your investment portfolio. Did the increased adoption of cryptocurrencies outrightly affect the use of the Brazilian real? Not really. The currency remains the exclusive legal tender of the country, and cryptocurrencies are basically considered to be nothing more than goods or movable property, but with the extra benefits of being used as alternative payment methods. Sure, many crypto companies will be thrilled about starting their projects in Brazil if their products fall within the definition stated earlier and stay in line. Every exchange is a legal entity that can offer services that cover blockchain transactions. Its brokerage, custody, and negotiation and crypto assets can be used as a means of payment on and off these platforms. There is a lot more defining the Brazilian crypto space, and it will continue to grow as the whole crypto market expands and a new bull run starts. More and more establishments in the country are likely to accept cryptocurrencies, and that's a good thing. Don't hesitate to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Also, press the notification bell to be notified whenever we upload another exciting video. See you next time.